YouTube, it's Michael from Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is on irrational people, behaviors, and such. I was thinking, and the thoughts behind this video are, in an SHTF scenario, people aren't going to be able to get their medications, their fixes on whatever it is that they, is their vice. There's going to be a lot of people out there that are on, psychotropic medications and stuff like that, that they won't have access to their medication anymore. You're dealing with a lot more people that are unstable due to that. And I'm not advocating the whole point of all these drugs and medications and being all medicated up and stuff like that in the first place. But sometimes it is needed for certain situations, mental conditions and stuff like that, and some of the medications. But I'm not really going to go into that whole thing. Basically just the fact that these people, schizophrenic people, depressed, depression, lots of different things. You guys know what all the different disorders are. But there's a lot out there. There's a lot of people that won't have access to medications. Thus, will be acting potentially in a much more irrational manner than normal. They will be doing irrational things. They will try anything they can to get what they need, their fix. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, nicotine, anything. Whatever it is that they feel they need, they will do almost anything to get in a lot of situations. And or just people coming off the medication being a lot less stable. Combine that with all the stresses and everything going on in an SHTF scenario, it could be really bad situation, especially in certain areas, depending on who's where and how many of those people that are affected are in that area, stuff like that. So this isn't really a video about do this, get this, or anything like that, which I really don't do anyway. I don't tell you, hey, go buy this because, if you don't, you're gonna die, and I'll make some money off of it. No, I don't do that. I want to stimulate your thought process. I want you to be thinking about these things. Another thing is the prevalence and the amount of drug use, I think, will probably increase exponentially in an SHTF scenario because all the added stress, all the added just crap going on, it's going to be horrible for some people, and they just won't be able to deal with it. They don't have the mental fortitude to deal with situations like that. So they're going to turn to drugs. So drug use, I think, will raise enormously. So that's something we got to think of. We got to be prepared for. That's, comes along the lines of security, patrolling your areas, keeping unwanted people away from you, creating that standoff, not having people like that around you or having access to you or even knowing that you're there. So that's another part of being in a mutual assistance group or a tribe, whatever you want to call it. Vet your people, Are any of your members on any of those medications? Are they alcoholics? Do they use drugs? Are you always going to be able to find that out? No, you're not always going to be able to find that out because people aren't going to be open about that. I mean, come on, it's a very personal thing. But hopefully you'll be able to figure out enough to vet well enough so you help mitigate that threat as much as possible. Can it still happen? Sure. You're not going to be able to tell 100% if a person's on something or doing something that you don't agree with or that may affect you and your group post-SHTF. It's just not going to happen. All we can do is be as vigilant as possible, surround ourselves with as good of people as we can, and do the best we can. Just be thinking about this. Make sure that you are mentally prepared and mentally strong enough to not fall into that trap yourself. Vices. Whatever vices you have, it's a personal thing. You answer to him, not to me or to anybody else. So, free will being what it is, you're free to do whatever you choose. Suffering the consequences, be they good or bad. But you may want to think about what vices you have and maybe quitting. Because a lot of stuff isn't going to be around. There's things like, alcohol, there's lots of different ways to make alcohol, and even in an SHTF scenario, people are going to find ways to make alcohol. That's fairly easy. You don't need a big factory for that. But things like drugs, and even, there's a lot of drugs you can grow, and I don't even know all about that. I don't really know that much about drugs and stuff. I've never really done drugs at all, so don't drink. I don't drink, stuff like that. So, but I had bad experiences in my life with alcohol, not me personally, my actions, but other people around me. So I just really don't like alcohol. It's just a personal thing. Think about your vices. My vice is Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke. And why diet? Is it good? Is it better for me than sugared soda? No. The thing is 20 years in the military, taking vitamin M, what the military calls it, which is Motrin, not telling you, by the way, do this on a full stomach, or here, just take a bunch of these and you'll be fine, don't call me in the morning. 20 years of that tore my stomach up. So there's certain things I can't. If I drink a sugared soda, I have massive heartburn, so I just can't do it. So diet sodas, I talked about that, and the artificial sweeteners, how disgusting they are and how bad for you they are, and they're probably worse than the sugar itself. But, it's one of those things. Could I do away with, diet soda in an SHTF scenario? In a heartbeat, okay? Drink lots of water. That's what this is full of. I drink probably at least, 8 or 10 of these at least a day, full of water. And I don't even know how big this is. A big, huge thing. Double insulated blender bottle. These things are awesome. Keeps your water cold. All the things. So you drink lots of water. But think about your vices. Think about what is around you. Where I live, and probably in a lot of places around the United States, there's a meth problem. There is. It's just one of those things. It's growing. It gets worse and stuff like that. Think about how that's going to affect your group. Be aware of what's around you. Be aware of who's around you. And think about these things. If you need medication, try to do something to get more and to stockpile it. I know that's difficult with prescription medication, but I don't even know what to say with that. Just do the best you can. Sorry. I just want you guys to think. Thought process, knowledge, being aware of things and thinking about things, analyzing things, preparing yourself as well as you can prior to an event like that is empowerment. It's power. It gives you a leg up in a bad scenario. So just some things to think about, some things to be aware of, and maybe some action to take for yourselves. Not sure. It's all, like I said, free will. Do what you want. But if you like the videos, please please subscribe, hit the comment below. We're at 510 subscribers. Woohoo! Yeah, let's get this thing going. Team AP, you guys are awesome. I love interacting with you. There's a lot of regulars on here I interact with on a regular basis. I love your comments, your additional information, putting out a lot of good additional information, things I forget, things I miss. That's one thing about these videos. I'm just kind of winging it, I forget a lot of things after the video. I'm like, oh man, I should have said this, or I should have said that, or I forgot to say this. So I just do the best I can. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I love you guys so much, and blessings to you and your